Greetings, ladies, manics, minds, and crimes. Welcome back to another Warframe Weapon Showcase. Well, we are back with the primary Sporelacer. Now, I know that the secondary Sporelacer is really strong, but I think I finally found a good build that hits really hard and can actually kill Steel Path with relative ease. So, let's go over the first build. Now, yeah, 5 Forma, because I wanted Vigilante supplies, because this thing is a shotgun, technically, and shotguns do not have the ammo pickup rate of rifles. Anyway, this is the first build, corrosive and everything, and I've also figured out a few tips and tricks with this weapon. The main thing you want to do is actually aim for the enemy's feet. You don't want to go for direct body shots because this is the only damage it'll do, but the AoE is, you know, a lot stronger. Also, on some of my frames that I use this weapon, I've been using Arcane Tempo. Now, you can ignore Arcane Tempo, and instead of Vicious Spread, you could put on like Shotgun Spaz for more rate of fire. Anyway, this is what it's made of. Just pure damage. So, anyway, this is what it does against Corrupted Heavy Gunners level 145 without the second build. So this is the first build. That's a lot of damage. Now, unfortunately, yeah, I can't get headshot multipliers. But this is quite a lot of damage, and in real world missions, it's even more so. And yeah, I do have residual boils. They don't do anything. They just, you know, proc some heat damage. Now, of course, with this weapon with Warframe Buffs, which I'm going to show, is obviously way better. And also, those crit ups are very nice. Once we get primed blunderbuss, that's going to be insane for this weapon. It's going to be huge. Because I have a feeling that primed blunderbuss might actually make this thing have like, I don't know, 80% critical chance? Anyway, so that's how it does with the first build without any Warframe Buffs. Now, for Warframe Buffs, I have a few options. First is the obvious one, maybe, which is Nidus. Now, Nidus has Teeming Virulence, which will give this thing even more critical chance, and I can group enemies up, which are all very good things for this weapon. So I'm going to do just that. Group them up, get Teeming Virulence. That's an enormous amount of damage, and yeah, also there's red crits there because of the crit ups. Now, I don't have Arcane Tempo on my Nidus build, but that's a lot of damage. Now, yeah, again, you take off Vicious Spread or whatever. You could also say, well, Prime Charge Shell might work. Yeah, but meh, I get meh. That's just my opinion. The next one is Mag. Now, I think you already know what's going to happen. Arcane Tempo and her. Mag with a weapon like this is, of course, ridiculous. And don't worry, I am going to go into the Steel Path. This forces the enemies to take every bit of this weapon. And that bubble is pretty damn strong right now. Let's shoot a little bit more in there, and when it shrinks, it should do a lot of damage. Yeah. Pretty effective. So, there's the other obvious ones, Chroma, Mirage, Banshee, all of that. So let's go back to just, you know, using Nezha, and let's go to the second build. So the second build is Viral Hunter Munitions with heat. This build here is the build that destroys Steel Path. And it's pretty obvious why. You have 4.8 critical multiplier with a decent critical chance and all of this damage. This is a lot of damage being thrown at the enemies. So how well does it do against level 145s? Yeah. And when I go into the steel path, I'm not even going to use Warframe Buffs. And I'm just going to play Nezha, and it's going to wreck. Yeah. You do have to kind of get used to not just going for direct shots, because that doesn't always work very, very well. Just because of how weird this weapon is, how it, functions. But just shooting in front of the enemies like that, yeah, those bleeds are numerous and they're very, very powerful. So, let's go ahead and hop into the steel path, and I am going to be bringing the Panzerverbophyla, and I am going to see the Acolyte. Hopefully it's not Mania, because I hate that bitch, but let's go. Now, if I were to bring, like, Chroma or Banshee, game over. The weapon would be pretty much one-tapping enemies. And remember, this is before we get Prime Blunderbuss. Hopefully we get Prime Blunderbuss. And before the guns get buffed. So this thing is going to be ridiculous once it gets buffed. So, these are Steel Path enemies. Yeah. Yeah, Tempo Royale, not Tempo Royale, fucking Arcane Tempo works so damn well. And look at this. I'm not even using Nezha's debuff. Dude, this is a lot of damage on a lot of enemies at once. This is awesome. And all it took was me making 3 of these motherfuckers to... I know. I made 3 of these things and formed them all. I don't have any sanity left. But, this works extremely, extremely well. Now, if you had a ribbon for this thing that gives it, like, damage and critical chance and critical damage, oh my lord. Against Corpus, Toxin might suffice, but I think Viral will do well too. And against the Infested, well, the Corrosive build worked very well. I wouldn't recommend Gas, but, you can do what you want. Gas will work against the smaller ones. It'll actually nuke basically everything. And you could also just have Gas with Hunter Munitions, so Hunter Munitions will take care of everything that's kind of resistant to gas. But, this is a lot of damage. This is a lot of damage. And again, not buffed yet. Guns are not buffed yet. And yeah, damn. I know some people say, well, the Kuva Brahma does basically the same thing. This actually might be a little bit better than the Brahma. Because you could customize this weapon a bit more, and I think it has a higher weapon disposition. Maybe. I actually don't know. Probably not. But, I don't know. I think this is just more satisfying than the Brahma. And, yeah. This is, again, it's doing a lot of damage, so debuff time, and yeah, absolute erasure, because I'm forcing them to take basically 200% more damage. So, this is great. I know some people would rather just use melee and steel path, but whatever, this is good. Now, is this going to be able to take out level 9,999? No. But honestly, who gives a fuck? Star chart missions, disruption, arbitrations, this thing destroys. I've used it in every situation, and it obliterates it. It might be an okay weapon for, like, the Profit Taker, because you could have so many statuses on this weapon. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but against these kind of enemies, it really is just, doing very, very well. So I'm actually just going to run real quick and get the life support activated. Because, I don't want to suffocate. So. Now, Corrosive in the Steel Path, if I'm getting the Panzer Violet to proc viral, might work too, but you know, this build works very, very well without any of that. And yeah, the crit ups are definitely very, very nice. Also, when Zephyr gets her buffs, when she gets her mild rework, because she will be able to get extra critical chance while floating, this thing is going to be pretty crazy. And I'll definitely do a video on that. Well, on Zephyr in general, but, you know. So yeah. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. This damage pleases me. It's not hitting massive, massive numbers, but it's making the enemies fall over, so that's good. It does also help that the Panzer is, well, proccing viral on everybody, and here comes the Acolyte. Be someone that isn't Mania. Malice, okay. Oh shit. This guy has procced me with fucking Mag's Bubble, god damn it. But look at that damage. Look at all that slash damage on him. Okay, Mag Bubble, go away. Go the fuck away. Go away. Bleed out? Yeah, probably. Yep. That's very impressive. Remember, the Acolytes have a lot of HP, so I'm just going to kill a few more enemies because I can. And look at this. And again, this is without Warframe Buffs. This is without me using Chroma. This is without me using Banshee. This is without me using Mag. All of these frames will benefit this weapon immensely. Obviously, Chroma would probably be the most useful choice in the Steel Path, simply because he'll be able to survive. And also Nidus, because Nidus will give more critical chance, which will mean more procs from Hunter Munitions. So, you know what I hate about this fucking Steel Path challenge? Oh my god, so many people talking. Shut the fuck up, everybody. You shut up too. Capture missions don't count as Steel Path missions in the Steel Path. Wrap your mind around that. Weird, right? Probably a bug or something. Anyway, I don't think I need to show something like Disruption, because obviously you can't argue this thing is not going to destroy them, because, you know, you have this much viral and heat damage. You have Hunter Munitions. You have this critical multiplier and this critical chance. The disruption units, the Demolists, are going to get obliterated. Plus, you also have Vigilante supplies giving this thing crit ups. So, I don't know what else to say. If you were ever in doubt to make a primary Sporelacer, this is a very, very good weapon. It's a lot of fun, too, and it's cool. Also, ignore the name. I have no idea what the name is. Anyway, again, this is the build. This is literally just pure raw damage. You could have way more status. You could actually build this thing for pure status, which I've done, and that works pretty well, too. But this one, especially with Hunter Munitions, destroys Steel Path. It's a gun that kills Steel Path. I think that should interest people. I know, the secondary one obliterates Steel Path, but have you seen secondary mods? Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I really cannot wait for the Zephyr rework. I am very excited because Zephyr is awesome, and let's just see how it all pans out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.